Good morning, my name's Shane. You might know me from some of the Facebook fungi groups from Australia and maybe even across the globe. Today I want to show you all about iNaturalist and tell you why you should use it, how it's going to benefit you, how it will help you find more mushrooms and identify more mushrooms. I'm going to start with the app. I'm on an iPhone. The app is available on Android, of course, as well. Just going to start there. I've signed out, so I can show you how easy it is to sign up if you haven't got an account. We'll skip through all this. Basically, ask you, the traditional way to sign up for anything: email, username, password. You want to tick this box that says, yes, license my content so scientists can use my data. I already have an account, so I'm going to sign up. You also can log in with your Facebook ID or your Google or iTunes account, I believe. I have an account. I'm going to log in. People that don't know, iNaturalist is a citizen science network. Straight away, it loads up into my observations. I got 602 observations, mostly fungi, some plants, some other things. iNaturalist is basically, citizen scientist forum for anybody to use. You can upload any living organisms, even if it's dead. I've uploaded dead animals, unfortunately. And basically, people that really know about these particular organisms can come along and give you an ID if you don't know. And it adds to like a worldwide map of distribution for the species. Let's start where we'll start with explore. Now, I should say on the app, all my observations aren't going to come up. I think it's limited to maybe 100. But I'll show you later on the website how you can see them all. We'll start with explore. You can see along the bottom here, there's some tabs. I'll hit explore. Straight away, it's going to bring up my location, but I'm going to deviate off that just so my exact location isn't known. I don't want the internet turning up at my house. Maybe if they bring mushrooms, I'd be happy. So this is an area, I actually live in the Netherlands, in Holland, but this is an area I frequent, and it's coming up with a lot of little pink reddish dots, and that is actually fungi. So this is map view. I can see all the locations that people have found fungi. If I click here, this is the grid view, where I can see the photos with a bit of a name. Most of the time, the name comes up with the common name, and if you click on it, you will see a binomial name. And if you click on list view, you'll see a bit more information about who has uploaded the species, the date, that both names, if they have a common name. Some mushrooms don't have a common name. And you will see the people that have recently posted in that area and the species they've posted. So if you see these here, they've got research. So that means that enough people have agreed on the identification to call that a research grade. So basically, iNaturalist can be used by scientists to, they can grab data from this website and they can use it for all sorts of different things. It's really handy. So if I go back, we've done explore. We'll go to the map again. Something that's handy, this is on the app. I don't use the app a lot, mainly to just upload, but if you are, maybe you're going somewhere new and you've never been there before and you're like, oh, I wonder what fungi are there. And you can literally pick anywhere on the map worldwide. Let's go somewhere like Australia. And if I pick this small area, once it loads, we'll see all the observations. Now it's showing us all the observations in the area of any organism because I haven't set any parameters. But if I click on grid view, it's going to show me all sorts of different things that have been found. And if I click on them, I can say some more details. They've got some comments here about what it was, where it was found. Here's the people that have given the ID. Now, if I want to agree or if I agree with this ID, now I'm not an expert on reptiles, so I'm not going to agree or disagree, but if I wanted to, I'd hit that agree button and say, yes, exactly, that is the eastern blue-tongued skink. Or I could comment and say, maybe you need some more photos, but he's got pretty good photos here. Or I could suggest an ID if I disagree. If I go back, we can see all sorts of different things. Now, if I want to target fungi, I can search in my fungi and I'll find all organisms relating to fungi. Now, it's asking me a few different options. I'm just going to pick the highest order, which is the kingdom. And that does include lichen and I think algae maybe. So it's going to now only show me all the mushrooms in the area or the fungi in the area, and it's still restricted to that map view. So if I see here, I've seen what's been uploaded recently. Now it is shown in the view of what's uploaded recently, not so you may have found a mushroom 6 months ago and uploaded it. It's going to show the correct date of when you found it, but the upload time is going to be in the recent. So if I'm looking here, I may see something that's been uploaded that was 6 months old that someone has only just posted. If I look on my activity, I can see some people have given me identifications. Alan Rockefeller, you may know that name. He's actually in Holland at the moment, and we did an excursion yesterday, and also on Saturday, actually, we went along to the Netherlands Mycological Society excursion. You can see people have given me IDs or they've agreed with my IDs. This is where you're going to see any updates. Like if you comment on someone's observation, this is where it's going to be. If someone else comments on it or if they give an identification for something you've uploaded. The news section is just basically exactly that. The news, anything relating to organisms that are on iNaturalist, maybe something's been uploaded for the first time, things like that. You can scan through, maybe there's something relating to fungi if that's what you're interested in. Me is just exactly that, just my observations. Projects is, so you can join projects on iNaturalist. So people might be doing research in particular areas and they want people to upload to their project so they can collect data. The 8-bar plantain and paddenstoelen Netherlands project is exactly that. That's an automatic one that anything that I post that's an edible species that gets uploaded automatically. And the fungi side is actually an Australian one with Grace, one of the admins a lot of the Australian groups as well. And is doing a PhD on Agaricus genus. She would love any Agaricus species and a few others to be uploaded to her project. If I click here, I can see a bit more information. All the observations, the species, how many people have been observing, how many people have been identifying. I can leave, but I'm not going to do that. And, if we upload more and more Agaricus and we get her samples, then maybe sometime in the near future, we might have some names for some of these. So that's something really important about Australia, I guess, because we have a lot of fungi that maybe had the European or the Northern Hemisphere names given to them when settlers first came to Australia, but maybe they're not really that exact species. We're finding more and more through DNA sequencing that they're not the actual species that are found in the Northern Hemisphere. And of course, we actually have a lot of species that we just have no idea about. They don't fit anywhere. And if we upload them and we keep uploading them to places like iNaturalist, in the future, it's going to help collect data, maybe distribution, and we're going to see, we're going to be able to work out a lot of these fungi. So it's really important. I think that's all about the app. What else can I show? I might stop now, and I'm gonna switch on to the website. Oh no, sorry, I need to observe. So I'm going to show you how to upload something onto iNaturalist with your phone. You can do this in the field. So if you're in the field, you can take a photo and upload it then and there. Alan was doing that yesterday because especially if it's somewhere where you're not familiar with, maybe you'll forget the exact location. I don't tend to do that unless I'm in a new place, but I tend to do it later because I try and get as much fungi in as possible. But basically you can take the photo there and then. You can pick photo library, so you can pick one from the photo that you've taken, or you can record a sound. Fungi don't make sounds, but if you're interested in frogs or birds, you can definitely upload their sound, and someone that may be an expert in that genus or in frogs or birds will come along and say, this is what that species is. So it's not just fungi, but I'm going to focus on fungi. So we'll upload a photo. Here's some photos of fungi. I'm just going to pick something. I've uploaded most of these. I don't think I've uploaded this one. I won't pick that one though. I'm just going to pick these ones. I haven't uploaded these. It's a Copronella species. I'm not exactly sure which one, but I'm just going to leave it at genus. So I'll click add. Going flat. So it's going to ask me, what did I see? I'm not going to click that right now because, actually I will. It'll probably give me a suggestion anyway. Copronella, that is correct. I'm going to go back though, and I'm going to pick my location first. I know where this one was because I frequent here. So I'm just going to put it around here at the base of this tree. And now I'm going to go back because sometimes if you add your locality, it's going to give you some better suggestions based on your location. So if there's a mushroom common in your location, it's going to pick up that detail and going to say, well, maybe it's this one. So it's giving me some options. Copronellus myciaceus, which is probably correct, but I'm just going to leave it at Copronellus just for this example. And then maybe someone will come along and identify it for us. I know it's in Copronellus just because of the shape, the color, there's some texture to the cap. Where's my next one? Yep. It's a common genus that's in the copronoid family, the Sapphirelliaceae. So maybe I'll put some notes, some details where I found it. I'll show on the website later some fields to fill in that maybe are more handy, that are searchable through the functions, but I'll put growing at the base of a tree. If you know the tree species, then that's great. I don't know the species, and it's not technically important in this case, but it may be. If you've got a mycorrhizal species, maybe it's really important to know the exact tree species. But again, if you don't know, maybe you can take photos of them and put it up to iNaturalist, and then someone will know. And then, of course, you can always edit your observations and update later. So something to consider is if you've got your location settings set on your photos, then it will pick up the correct location. I don't have that set, but it's picked up my time and the date that I found the mushroom. If I click geo privacy, it comes up with open, obscured, or private. Open is so that anyone can see the exact position you found that mushroom. Obscured gives it a bit of it scatters, so it picks a random place, maybe in a certain radius. And private, you won't see the location at all, maybe the country, I think. But in this case, I tend to leave them open unless it's something I don't want other people to find. Maybe it's an edible species or a rare species I don't really want everyone to find and destroy. But in this case, we'll leave it open. Captive or cultivated. If I've cultivated this at home, then I should make that detail so people know. And projects, if I want to add it to a project. So I'm not going to add it to the project's fungi site because I'm not in Australia with this one. So we've uploaded all the photos. Something to consider with the photos, these maybe aren't the best, but I just took these photos just quickly, just for examples. You want to make sure that you can get all the details. You want, a picture of the cap, a picture of the stipe, picture of the underside. So I haven't really captured that here, but you want to see the lamellae or the gills. If there's texture to the cap, maybe you get a close up. maybe there's details on the base of the stem. If you're picking the mushroom to identify, you always want to pick the whole mushroom. You want to get, a photo of where it's growing in situ, so that maybe you don't know exactly what it's growing on, but someone else can recognize that it's here. Examples growing, it's seemingly growing from soil, but it's actually growing from some woody debris or an old tree root that's under the ground. So we'll go done, and we're going to share. So this will pop up in my me section, and it's uploading. And so if I close the app, it will stop to upload. So something to keep in mind is that you need to keep the app open while it's uploading. You can search on the other screens, but you still need to keep the app open. If I close this now and come back to it, it's waiting to upload. So I'll just finish that off. Straight away, we'll jump on to the website, and again, I'll show you how to log in. Probably really easy, but just in case people struggle. Let's stop the video for a section.